So say hey there, everybody. Coming back at you with some movie thoughts of processing the movies I've seen while I come out of the movies. Since I'm talking and I'm processing, why not process on TikTok? I don't know. I'm not good at this, but I just like talking to you guys. Um, I know I've been on in a while and done these in a while just because I saw a bunch of movies all at once, and then there was nothing I was really keen on seeing for a while, and I've wanted to see this one for just a little bit, which is Ella McCay. I've been seeing. Try talking again. I've been seeing the trailers for it since probably in the summer, and it looked really promising. Like, all right, it's got James L. Brooks wrote it, and I'm a huge fan of James L. Brooks. TV, movies, you name it. This guy can do no wrong with me in the stuff that he's done. Albert Brooks, Jamie Lee Curtis, Woody Harrelson. Just a cast of newcomers that I haven't seen before, but was reading their bios. Stellar. And I was thinking about, like, at the beginning, if you're in a community theater, that's my local experience, you want to be in that dream cast of people who are so good at what they do that it must be just so much fun to work with them. And looking at this cast, it just must have been so much fun to hang out with them and do this movie. Set in Rhode Island. Just the set must have been great. Like, must have been hilarious. Woody Harrelson, Albert Brooks, Jamie Lee Curtis. I try to imagine, like, just the filming, and again, hilarious. Let me say it for the 50th time. So yeah, I was really looking forward to the pairing of it. And I will admit that for the first maybe 15 minutes of the movie, when Albert Brooks showed up, I got confused as to Albert Brooks, because when the trailer came out, they said James L. Brooks, after they had just shown, like, the name credits for Jamie Lee Curtis and Woody Harrelson. And then I thought, isn't that Albert Brooks? But that must be James L. Brooks, because they put a title credit next to his face on the right side in the trailer. So, and then I spent the first few minutes of the movie watching this as Albert Brooks showed up. I'm like, he sounds just like Albert Brooks, and he looks like Albert Brooks. He's got the Albert Brooks kind of thing going on. And then I thought, wait, did I just realize today that Albert Brooks and James L. Brooks are brothers and look exactly the same and talk exactly the same? So I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, okay, it is Albert Brooks. Trailers. The trailer got me. That being said, Albert Brooks I am forever an Albert Brooks fan. If you haven't seen, like, every Albert Brooks movie ever made and Albert Brooks's comedy specials and everything else, Albert Brooks is pure magic. And in this movie too, he plays a really good magical role of kind of putting the movie back together. So again, just let me throw that out there. If you're going to go on with me, I'm going to give some stuff away. So just look away. Let me tell you before you go, I mostly wanted to like this movie, but it is messy. There are moments of greatness, but it's messy. So no, go away. Albert Brooks shows up when you need him to bring the pieces back together that are just going all over the place. Again, I was excited about this movie. Everybody, I don't know. And I had just been watching, the other night, I was rewatching As Good as It Gets. And man, that movie, I will watch that movie 1,000 times, As Good as It Gets. And so as I was watching this and it was falling apart, I kept thinking, what is the difference? Like, this is a story about disparate lives facing their fears, their anxieties, and multiple storylines with that. And then I thought, what is the difference? The difference is As Good as It Gets starts with the different lives, and then the different lives thread back together and form a cohesive rope. Let's go with that. Nice. Is that a metaphor? Simile? Social studies teacher. This movie stitches everybody together at the beginning and then pulls their stories into different ways. It unspools a sweater that was built and they try and give you too much of it all at once. Like, there's a lot of talky plot exposition to be like, oh, we don't have this much time to film this movie, so we're going to give you a bunch of backstories. It's messy. The stories by themselves, I think, would be excellent in a kind of a New York Stories kind of way, or, you know, how they stitch together stuff in Love Actually. And that's right, I love Love Actually. Someday, I'm going to find that Aurelia. Not the actual lady, but my own Aurelia. All right, I'm going off. Yeah, it's so messy. You can be one thing or you could be another, I guess. Like, if you want to be a allegory or satire of politics today and how dysfunctional politics is, and then give us hope at the end, much like it feels like that storyline is Dave, which is, I think, if you're going to catch that kind of that storyline, Dave is such a great movie for that. The American President, obviously, for that kind of politics is cynical, politics is jaded. Let's stick somebody in. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, in the classics, right? Let's stick someone in who's going to really shake the system up and fight the system, and then, you know, the system is going to eat that person up, but in the end, the cynicism gets rewarded. That's a great storyline. You didn't need all the other storylines. There's a family line story in this that, I don't know, it's just, you either can be that kind of story too. And Julie Kavner's in this, and I love Julie Kavner in a lot of her stuff with that too. Like, why is my mind slipping right now where she's a comedian? Samantha Mathis is her daughter, and Albert Brooks is in that too, and my mind is going, you know what I'm talking about. That's a great one too. And she plays a good role, but these kind of stay true, stalwart character actors pop up when you need them to stitch it back together when it's just completely unraveling. The storyline that doesn't make sense, and go tell me and see it and watch it if you want, the husband stuff. Like, they don't set you up to see that personality, and they kind of pull the rug out from under you for no reason whatsoever other than they need a villain in the movie. And that happens pretty early on, like the transition from him being good romantic story. And I bought into that, and that's kind of why I'm mad about this. Like, I bought that romantic story, and I thought, oh my God, this is so beautiful. He's going to stand beside her and all the scandal that's happening. And then they just like, nope, he was never that way. And for no absolute reason, he has like an Iago-type mother who is, you know, behind the scenes with no motivation of why she hates Ella wanting the throne. Like, what just happened? Like, James L. Brooks, I'm very disappointed in this. It's just, I don't know if it was the editor. I'm going to guess it was the editor. Like, the editor, there was probably a lot more of this film, and they cut and they cut and they cut, and then they tried to piece it back together to make it what it was. But it's messy, and that makes me sad, because there are moments of brilliance in this movie. There's so, and keep coming back in. Like, it'll get you back. You're not completely out. Moments of brilliance. The scene between the brother and his girlfriend. Albert Brooks giving her a pep talk where he says something to the effect in politics of, if you have this many people coming at you, you've got a better hand than you think you do. And I think about that today as I'm sitting in Indiana, and the Indiana Senate just voted against redistricting. And I think about all the pressure and the pressure that's still being come to bear, like the people who came at us, you will not do this. And then obviously that rang in my head for tonight as well. Like, they're not going to come after you if you don't have a better hand than you think you do, you know? Great point of today. So there are moments of greatness in this film. There are moments of great writing. It's so messy, though. I don't know. Go see it. Tell me what you think. I'm in the middle on it. It's not what I thought. Jamie Lee Curtis, awesome. Woody Harrelson, awesome. People do what they do. The people who are in their roles do them great. It's just the writing doesn't give them anything to stitch it together. So, sorry to go on for 9 minutes. What? Thanks for hanging out with me for 9 minutes. Hopefully on 2-speed and I haven't killed you. There you go, Ella McCay.